Last month I flew Norse from JFK to CDG, and this is my experience, starting off taking the train because my flight was only $140, so paying $100 for an Uber just felt crazy. I was already nervous because my backpack was huge and I also had this fanny pack. I did weigh my suitcase and it came up at just under the weight limit. I was seeing a lot of mixed reviews on if the airline actually asks you to put your backpack and your suitcase inside their luggage sizers. I knew if they asked me to do that, I'd be completely screwed, especially on the backpack, and they might count it as my personal item and then I would have to check my carry-on suitcase. My flight was at 12:05 a.m., so just after midnight, but I left around 7 or 7:30 p.m. just so I could get to the check-in counter first. It definitely sounded like if you got there early, they were a little bit more lenient with bags, so I was relying on that. Also, I will never ever complain about Terminal 5 or Terminal 1 ever again because Terminal 7 is possibly the worst place I've ever been. This is me hiding my fanny pack under my hoodie before I go to the check-in desk. Thankfully, once I got to the check-in desk, there was zero line there and I was behind maybe 2 people. I was expecting really rude staff, especially at JFK. That's just kind of how it goes. But the man that checked me in was really, really nice. Super professional, like you felt like you were at a check-in desk for any high-end airline like Emirates. They weighed my carry-on suitcase, which came up at exactly the weight limit, but they didn't care about my backpack, and I did have to take it off so that they could put the personal item tag on it. So even looking right at my backpack and how big it was, they didn't care. The worst part of this experience was Terminal 7. Like, they didn't even have wine glasses for me. I tried to go to another terminal to get lounge access, but I honestly didn't have enough time because at this point at JFK, they closed the TSA pre-check at like Terminal 4 and some of the other terminals, so it was going to take too long just to get in. So I just bought some snacks and then waited around until it was time to board. This is a 787 Dreamliner. It was honestly a really nice new plane. I was nervous about having a middle seat, but it worked out perfectly because I ended up having the row to myself and I was able to lay down and sleep the entire flight. For $140, it was a great experience minus Terminal 7.